Muslim Ummah had been trained by certain Arab nationalists within the Arab world. This is when Sultan Abdul Hamid has been deposed of the Khilafah. How did he get this army together? And what did this army comprise of? They were normal workers. But every account says that this army, in only the 1920s, less than 100 years ago, they fought, they gave their lives, they knew nothing. But they were taught how to pray, how to recite the Quran, and they would spend their time reciting the awrad of the Qadiri tariqah. So it's not wishful thinking or strange or absurd for us to think about what happened all those years ago, and to not assume that that will change the state that we're living in today. Because in 1920, we read for Sayyidi Shaykh Isuddin al-Qassam, rahimahullah ta'ala. So Sayyidi Sultan Salahuddin al-Ayyubi, similarly the man who liberated Al-Quds al-Sharif from the Crusades, much like Sultan al-Din al-Zengi, a staunch Ash'ari, Sufi. In fact, there's a text, Al-Aqidat al-Salahiyya, which was a poem written by one of the ulama in his time on Aqidah, based on Ash'ari creed, meaning normal Sunni creed. In Ahl Sunnah we have two main groups of creed, Ash'ari and Maturidi. Just like we have four madhabs. All are sound, all are valid. This scholar wrote this work and presented it to Sayyidi Sultan Salahuddin al-Ayyubi. And it was a poem, it was in poetic verse, so to be recited like in a sheet. He was so impressed, he commissioned this work to be the official aqidah of his state. He ordered that this poem be recited before every adhan. So before every adhan, the believers were hearing, in a beautiful, melodious, poetic verse, the belief of the Ahl-Sunnati wal Jama'ah. Meaning from Fajr to Isha, they're being educated. Whether they like it or not, they're being educated. He was a man of great love for Sayyidina Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. All of the accounts document how much of a passion and interest he had in attending gatherings of the Mawlid of the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. They mention equally how much a passion he had to sit with the Sufis, to go to the Khanqahs, to engage in dhikr. Sayyid Sultan Salahuddin al-Ayyubi rahimahullah ta'ala. And one of the greatest things he did, meaning something which just pours out the degree of love he had for Sayyidina Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And I've finished speaking about him on this note. Remember, the Fatimiyun had been in power, the adhan had changed, there was some confusion in Muslim lands. So he wanted to make a hallmark of Ahlul Sunnah throughout Muslim lands. Now think how much power he had, just like Sayyidi Sultan al-Din al-Zengi. He could have had statues made of himself. He could have asked, praise my name as the Khalifa at every Jummah khutbah. Many things. Hafiz ibn Hajar al-Haythami and the ulama of Islam, particularly the ulama of Hadith, documented. Sayyidi Sultan Salahuddin al-Ayyubi rahimahullah ta'ala introduced before the adhan the recitation of salawat upon the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. He introduced it, and by the time of a later leader, Khalifa Ayyub ibn al-Ashraf, it became commonplace throughout the entire Muslim world as a hallmark of Islam and the strength of Islam and Orthodox Islam that salawat, durood sharif upon the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam should be recited before and after every adhan. And until today in Damascus, even if you watch videos on YouTube, what's amazing is when the Americans fired missiles over Damascus last year, I believe, one of the most moving videos, and this shows till today the love of the people of Damascus and the iman of the people of Damascus, because remember they have the dua of the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. If you go on YouTube, you find the video, and the video is just missiles being fired at Damascus at this time. It was just before Fajr. You see tens of missiles falling upon Damascus. Without that, hundreds if not thousands of children are going to die that morning. But you still hear from more than one masjid, As-salatu was-salamu alayka ya Sayyidi ya Rasulullah. Missiles are falling upon Damascus, but the people still make it to recite As-salatu was-salamu alayka ya Sayyidi ya Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wa sallam. So this was just a summary of what was happening at the time and what it takes to create a generation of young Muslims who are really going to lead an intellectual uprising again in this ummah. And I'm optimistic that it will happen. Because as I said, in our past, we faced much darker times. Much darker times. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave this ummah al-Ghawth al-A'zam, Sultan Salahuddin, Sultan al-Din. But don't look just at the individual themselves, look at all the people who are behind them. Look at they played, if you can say in a colloquial sense, they played what's called the long game. Sayyidi Sultan Shaykh Abdul Qadir, Sayyidi Sultan al-Ghawth Shaykh Abdul Qadir al-Jilani radiyallahu ta'ala anhu, look at his thought, expand the madrasa, change the method of delivery, encourage refugees and foreign students to come. Now look at where that mission began, and look at where that mission ended, was with the liberation of Al-Quds. And I want to finish this on one last note, is that many a time it's a complaint in our community, and to some degrees it's a valid complaint. Now what can women do in our community? What should the women do? Are there women in our past for the women we have today to look up to? Sometimes that's not addressed correctly because we don't give the right impression of what the men are doing or should be doing. So the men would much rather go, let's say, on protest or on a riot in some parts of the world. That's not the right thing to do in every instance. Because look at the account we've looked at, look at how much work it takes. It takes changing the minds of people. It takes knowledge, it takes study. It takes one's own personal mujahada to rectify oneself. And then that leads to those who have the capability, Muslim leaders, etc., to military action. And then that leads to us taking back lands, building madaris, strengthening Islam, etc. But throughout this whole time, we had that one poor woman, for instance, who came to Sayyidi Shaykh Abdul Qadir al-Jilani. Who else was there for us to teach our daughters about, our sisters about, our wives and our mothers about? That whole generation was equally fortified by a group of women who had no less of an impact in their respective communities than the men did at the time. Just as many great men who came out of the madrasa of Sayyidi Shaykh Abdul Qadir al-Jilani, there were great women who came from the madrasa of Sayyidi Shaykh Abdul Qadir al-Jilani. And these women took upon themselves the responsibility of reforming and rectifying the hearts and minds of the women in their communities. Meaning they were so great in what they achieved that those women no longer were in need of other men because some of the women that they were looking towards were greater than the men in their society. And just to give you an example of some of who these great women were. At the head of them was the Shaykha Aisha bint Muhammad al-Baghdadi, rahimahullah ta'ala, wa radiyallahu ta'ala anha. She was one of the foremost female students of Sayyidi Shaykh Abdul Qadir al-Jilani, radiyallahu anha. And not only female students, one of the foremost students, period, of Al-Ghawth al-A'zam. She received ijazah from Sayyidi Shaykh Abdul Qadir al-Jilani to go and begin her own mission and to reform and rectify the hearts of the women of her community. Sayyida Shaykha Aisha bint Muhammad al-Baghdadi. She was known famously. And because remember that this mission, I should also add, of Shaykh Abdul Qadir al-Jilani, 33 years it lasted until he left this dunya. But the students he created outside of Baghdad, they said that the students he created throughout the Muslim world led to the establishing and opening of 240 centers of learning. And these were leading ulama of the time. Say, Shaykha Aisha radiallahu ta'ala anha, she became recognized amongst the women as being the foremost authority for them at the time. She would give wa'ad, admonition, and hold majalis specifically for women. There was also a Shaykha Taj Nisa bint Fadail bin Ali al-Tikriti, radiallahu ta'ala anha. She was the daughter-in-law of Sayyidi Shaykh